If you want to start reselling but don't know where to start, look no further because I've got you covered in today's video. In today's video, we're going to cover 3 different methods of reselling that you can start straight after watching today's video. At least one of these will suit you to start your reselling career today. We're not only going to talk about these reselling methods, we're actually going to show you examples on how to start and most importantly the requirements to actually start reselling. Without further ado, let's get into method number 1. Method number 1, we're going to be talking about outlet reselling. And this isn't just a Nike outlet reselling, I'm talking outlets in general. Nike outlets will be your main place to gather a lot of stock. However, other places like Adidas, Converse, and loads of different outlets can actually provide very good steals, leaving you a nice profit margin. So first of all, what is an outlet? Well, an outlet is essentially what a brand uses to get rid of their unwanted, used or returns or stock that's just sitting there that hasn't sold in a while. They will get then sent to outlets which will then further reduce the price. For example, in Nike outlets, you'll see quite a lot of low demanded shoes, and this is purely because they don't sell on Nike, so they get sent to an outlet. For example, this shoe right here was bought within a Nike outlet, and the usual retail for this shoe is between £90 and £100. Let's be honest, who's paying £90 to £100 for this shoe? However, it then got sent to outlets, and I picked these up for just £12. Now, this is where the reselling comes in, because although this shoe is not a £100 shoe, it is a lot more viable than the single £12. And this is what Nike outlet reselling is. Unfortunately, not everything in these outlets are going to be worth going for, so this is a step-by-step on how to start for yourself. First of all, to find any Nike outlets near you, head over to the Nike website and the store locator, and it'll actually give you a list of all your different outlets. Most of these will actually be factory outlets. There's only 2 clearance stores within the UK, but both factory and clearances have their positive and negatives. For example, in a clearance shop, all of your stock is going to be with a half box with no lid, which can affect the resale price of a shoe. However, in a factory outlet, you get a lot more full box, so you can actually sell them brand new with OG all. Once you've found the Nike outlets near you, there is not really many secrets to this. Keep on going. Now, the great thing about Nike outlets is it can be the best day ever, and you can come out with 30 pairs with only spending 10 minutes in there, or it could be the worst day ever when you get there and there is literally nothing, and this is outlet reselling for you. Now, what's great about outlet reselling is, one, it's such a low barrier to entry. You don't need thousands of pounds to get started. You're picking up shoes for between £7 and £25. If you're going for the more high value stuff at outlets, then you might be spending around the £50 mark. And what I love about Nike outlets is, yes, they do have a lot of low value stock. However, sometimes, and I mean sometimes, they can actually get insane stock. And I'm talking black cats, for example. This is purely from returns from consumers. Basically, when Nike gets returns, it can actually get sent direct to an outlet, or when a customer wants to return an item, they can actually go to an outlet and return the item, which means they then get further discounted and get placed inside the outlet, which can be some crazy finds. I personally had some crazy finds from outlet reselling that made me over £150 in just one flip. So what are the negatives of this? One of the main negatives of this is you've got to learn about what products move well. You will get this from just being in there, and over time, the best thing you can do is any shoe you think is good, go check the eBay sales and it will tell you if it's worth picking up. A great positive though is the fact that in these factory stores, you can actually return the product within 30 days. So you can actually buy this stock and then try and sell it in the first 30 days. If it doesn't, you can technically just return it. And that means it's basically risk-free. Your margins are great. Usually I'm making upwards of 100% returns, especially on Nike outlet stock. So I know people making a full-time income, more than a full-time income, just from hitting outlets. So definitely worth starting and getting into. If you do want a bit of assistance with Nike outlet reselling, we actually have a full Nike outlet guide inside our community, KaiKicks Apprentice, and this goes for all of the things that we're going to talk about. We provide information and support for all of these, so if you're interested, check the link in the description. Now, next up is one that might be a little bit controversial, and this reselling method is for the people who don't care what people think and purely want to make money, like myself. This is talking about Pokémon reselling. Let's just say be prepared to be hated a lot for Pokémon reselling. However, I just want to show you some examples of how profitable it can be before we talk about how we can start. So this one Pokémon release, this Pokémon Center ETB of Ascended Heroes, that released 2 weeks ago now. Now 2 weeks ago, these released for a retail of £55. After release, these were going for around the £130 mark, still quite good profit margins. However, within 2 weeks, these have rocketed now to £220, which means you actually made £165 profit per box. This is the part that people won't like, the fact I copped 50 of these, 50, and this just shows how much money you can make reselling. People don't like it because the Pokemon community is known as quite a strong knit community. Noah, who think the hobby is made for people who want to collect and so on. Me personally, I do not care. So yeah, just off that one release, buying 50 of these at £165 profit, what, it's gonna be 7 or 8 grand right there. It can show up on screen, and that's from one release. So let's talk about how you can start. Now, this is the most important tip of all, and I don't wanna make this sound like a self-promotion, but you need to be inside a cook group. A cook group is going to provide you everything you need to know about Pokemon reselling. Pokemon reselling is one of the most dynamic and fast-moving markets. Stock will get produced and placed everywhere. Randomly on a Tuesday at 2 p.m, Smiths could get 151 booster bundles. It's just completely random. There is that many releases happening. Trying to track this all by yourself and researching is near impossible. And what a cook group essentially does is it tells you when these releases are happening, where these restocks are, what stores to look out for if you wanted to get into botting, when this Pokemon Center queue goes live to get them Pokemon Center products. You need to get in the queue as soon as it goes live, and that's something that a cook group provides. When it goes live, you get notified. That is going to be your most important thing, Pokemon reselling. You're going to need to join a paid cook group. I run my own. There are others out there. Personally, join mine, and trust me, we will get you Pokemon reselling in no time. We have taught over 1,000 people. People who didn't know a thing about Pokemon now making 5 grand a release, by the way. But that is going to be what you need to do firstly, in my opinion. Next thing you need to know with Pokemon reselling is if you want to hit these big sort of numbers, you need to be botting, and botting comes with expenses, risks, and that's got to be something you're willing to sacrifice for. If you want to hit these big numbers and make good money from reselling, you need to put that time in. I know a lot of people who make a full-time income just off manual reselling on Pokemon, so don't think you have to start botting if you want to make good money reselling. And that's what the paid cook group turns into. You can also get support for botting, but if you're manual, you're going to get all the in-store, the releases, the online restocks, and so on. You're going to get notified for all of that. But yeah, if you really want to go for it, you're going to have to start botting. That can be a little bit confusing at the start. You're probably looking around the £50 to £150 a month to start botting. However, these expenses kind of get offset if you're making 7, 8 grand per release. I don't really care about spending £200 a month. I would say Pokemon reselling has a little bit higher barrier to entry than Nike outlet reselling, in my opinion. Yes, the profit margins are a lot better in some cases. There are other cases in Pokemon where you're only making £5 to £10. But because there's so much going on and it's very dynamic, one day can be very chaotic and one day there'll be nothing. Probably a little bit more to learn about Pokemon than Nike outlet reselling. However, you're never going to be able to make 8 grand on one Nike outlet visit when you could do that on Pokemon. So yes, maybe a little bit higher barrier to entry. However, also higher ceilings in my opinion. And moving on to our final method of reselling, lowest barrier to entry and possibly the easiest to get started. Vinted reselling has blown up in the last 2 years, and you've probably heard thousands of people talk about it online. You would have seen all these influencers claiming that they make £10,000 a month from Vinted reselling. Most of the time that's cap, by the way, but there are generally people who are very, very rich off Vinted. It's the easiest to get into, and you don't have to worry about dealing with these suppliers who want you to spend your life savings on one order and you don't even know what you're getting. Vinted Monitor, on the other hand, is what you're going to want to start out with. And the reason why I say this is because you can generally pick up items for as little as £2 to £3 and sometimes sell them for above £20 to £30. A Vinted Monitor essentially monitors Vinted for any new listings. What it's made to do is you buy off the monitor and then resell back onto Vinted. Now you're probably thinking, how are you going to buy onto Vinted then resell back onto Vinted? This is why the Vinted Monitor is so good. So Vinted Monitors, like I said, will post any new listings. So we'll have a Nike channel that posts all the new Nike t-shirts or used Nike t-shirts. Then they'll have Air Max channel that's going to post all the Air Maxes. And this is where obviously that many people using Vinted, there's always so many products that you're going to be able to make money on. These people who are selling don't know what the market is for these products. If you're looking to join a Vinted Monitor, this is what you need to know. Personally, when starting out, you need a Vinted Monitor that you can actually set your own custom filters for. A Vinted Monitor is great, but if you just have a Vinted Monitor for Nike shoes, you're going to get notifications every single second. You're going to get bombarded with notifications. You don't know what to buy. It can be quite quite confusing. If you're in a Vinted monitor that you can create your own custom channels, the game completely changes. You can set up your own channel and set your own brands, your own price maxes, your own conditions, everything you want inside this Vinted monitor. And I'll show you how to do it on screen and what it looks like on screen. But if I want to set up a custom Vinted channel for Nike Air Maxes below £20, any Air Maxes in sizes 8 to 12 are below £20, I'm usually selling these for £45 to £55 in good condition. So I set up my channel to basically say Air Max for under £20 in sizes 8 to 12. Once I've set this filter, the only thing that's going to come up is when something matches this criteria, which now means you've got a channel full of steals that you can make money on. So you can actually add as many brands as you want, as many keywords, as many filters as you want, as many price filters as you want. So you can actually slowly build this channel of just pure profit. There are multiple people doing this full time inside our Vinted monitor community. Again, I'm not making this video to promote this. I'm just saying make sure they have the custom channel feature if you are joining a paid cook group to actually make good money Vinted reselling. So this is most definitely the best ROI in terms of return on investment and profit margins compared to all of these. Probably up there with Pokémon. However, with Pokémon, you're gonna have to wait every month for a really good set. With Vinted, you're going to actually be making 100% margins pretty much every single time, all of your products. The problem is when you're only spending £15, that means 100% you're only making £15, but you can do this 30 times a day. If you're, for example, struggling to get stock and you're thinking that you're only doing ACG jackets at the moment, there are so many different types of clothing, types of different brands, so many different niches that you can look into. And within like a month of researching, you're literally gonna have a spreadsheet full of 50 different items. I say items, I mean brands and categories that you know resell, and this will be your X buying point. And for all my international viewers, we do support all countries that have Vinted. So if you're from Germany, we help you out. Anyone around the world, if you have Vinted, we will supply your custom Vinted monitor. Now, what reselling method are you going to get into, or what are you most interested in? Let me know down in the comments, guys. If this video has helped you out just that one bit, please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Remember, check the link in the description if you're interested in my reselling community, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.